Don't pull like this if you want to swim fast. Hand position at the finish and during your pull is going to be the most important part moving you forward in your swim. Creating the optimal paddle with your hand and forearm is going to determine how much force you can produce to push you forward. Somewhere between 80 and 90% of the force that pushes you forward through the water comes from your hand and your forearm and your pull of your swim stroke. This means that your pull is going to be extremely important in making you swim faster. Do you swim like Spock? Fingers out like this, grabbing a basketball, cupped like this, or way hollowed out like this? One of those ways is a little bit better than the other, and that's going to help you determine how fast you're going to swim. It used to be said that a cupped hand, kind of like this, is going to be the optimal hand position for you to pull the water. The best grip for you might be different than that. I find that with my fingers a little bit spread apart, I can increase the surface area of my hand, therefore allow me to pull more water. There's going to be a couple ways for you to figure out what your optimal position is for your fingertips and your hands in the water. And I'm going to show you right now. So what I want you to do is go out into the water where you can't touch the bottom. And I just want you to scull back and forth. Try the Spock, see if that keeps you afloat nice and easily. Keep your fingers spread out like this. See if that helps you nice and easily. Couple them together, see if that helps you. It all depends on what the position of your hands are to push that water down to keep you afloat. Most people find out that if they have a nice relaxed grip, going back and forth like this is going to help them stay afloat. Now, how does that translate into your swimming? Well, if you think about the downward force to keep you up, just flip yourself horizontally, and now that same force is going to push you forward. So with the optimal hand position and the forearm that's going to be parallel with it, you're going to be able to produce the most power to push you forward. Another important thing to remember when you're swimming is not to have a low elbow throughout your stroke. So you might have the best optimal hand position, but if you're out like this and you drop your elbow, you're not going to be able to engage your strong lat muscles to produce the power of the pull. So make sure that you have a high elbow when you're coming through the water and when you're pulling the water. The final factor that's going to help you with an efficient stroke, not only with your hands, but your forearms and your elbow position, is where this is in relation to your body. If you're pulling out here, it's going to be a lot weaker than if you're pulling here. Have you ever tried to pull up with your arms way out like this? It is a lot more challenging than keeping your arms right here. Even if you're using a band for pull-ups, this way is going to be a lot harder than this way. So you're going to be able to produce more force here within your shoulders as opposed to outside your shoulders. So that looks like when you're swimming and you're pulling, don't pull out like this, don't finish way outside your body like this, but pull down a little bit closer to your body. This is kind of like that S curve that everyone talks about, and finish close to your hips. These are the big tips that are going to help you with your pull phase of your swim. There's a neat feature, and when I say like the video, check it out, it lights up. If you could do that for me, that would really help me out reach a lot of other people. There are several times where I make this mistake. I start my stroke, I swim a little bit lazy, and then I'm wondering why I'm going a little bit slower. Then all I do is I focus on my hand position, pulling straight down closer to my hips as opposed to a little bit further away from my body. I generally tell people they should feel their thumbs hit their thighs when they're swimming, because that means they're finishing all the way down there. If you like this video, then hit here for new drills for you to swim faster.